morning. Get ready for the peak of the heat wave. Today will be our hottest day in history. So be sure to have a cool place to be. Just try to stay cool as best you can. This is the fourth day of this impressive long duration heat wave. And as we take a live look at Bellingham Bay, it's been impressive to our coastal areas, a good 20 degrees cooler, relatively speaking, to some areas inland. And this is going to be the case again today, it looks like. Currently overlooking downtown Seattle, still in the shade of the early morning here, but it's very, very warm. Currently 73. What made for a very uncomfortable night for sleeping are lows that did not dip much below that 70-degree mark. The wind now calm, and as you step outside, it literally feels like an outdoor furnace. So with temperatures already starting off in the 70s, it's going to act as a springboard to get our temperatures easily in the lower 100s. So we're in the 90s as early as 10 o'clock this morning, reaching 100 as early as the lunch hour, and then low 100s, 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. It is going to be the hottest day that we have ever seen in Western Washington. Look at these numbers individually here. There's 110 Seattle, that best yesterday at 104, Tacoma 106, but even hotter as you head closer to the Cascade foothills. 114 Redmond, Bellevue, Issaquah 113, Sammamish Plateau could be close to 115. This is some serious heat. And as we look at the northwest interior, 102 there in Bellingham, easily surpassing not only the daily record high, but also the all-time record high there. But notice how Oak Harbor and Port Townsend remain in the mid to upper 80s. Still quite hot, yes, but not as hot as some areas inland, okay? It's that north breeze over the cool water that keeps some of those coastal areas relatively immune to the intense heat. But notice the change. Long Beach, 68 degrees. Now that is an encouraging sign. That is the onshore marine push that starts this afternoon in Pacific County, bringing in that relatively cooler ocean air. But it's going to take that some time to get that cool air into the interior lowlands, because we endure a triple-digit day here, Olympia, Centralia, Castle Rock, equal to that of the Columbia Basin, a typical hot spot this time of the year, 116 in Richland, the Tri-Cities here. So it's just a hot day overall across all of Western Washington. The strongest high pressure that we have ever seen this far north is at its greatest today. Clockwise flow around that high brings in that easterly hot breeze descending the Cascades, resulting in a very warm tongue of air that rides up the I-5 corridor. And the core of the hottest air gets pushed into the Cascade foothills with the arrival of that marine push. So typically when we see the start of the marine push, that ends up being the hottest day inland, and that is exactly what we were seeing today. But if you download the KOMO News app, you do notice that there's an end in sight. We endure one more hot day tomorrow near 90 before we start to see the cooling effects of the marine push. In fact, we already feel that tonight. From 110 this afternoon down to 65 tonight, that is a 45-degree temperature change. That in and of itself is a record, but the heat breaks Wednesday, low to mid 80s, still unseasonably warm, and a dry forecast in the 4th of July holiday on Sunday. So wildfire danger will be top of mind into the holiday weekend.
As hot as it is right now, we know that it's only going to get hotter. Here on Lake Washington, lots of people enjoying the water. Everywhere we went today, people were looking for ways to cool off. At any spray park today, you'll find kids jumping at the chance to get soaking wet.
It turned on and it was super exciting, and the kids just came running up from the playground and dove right in.
And some adults too, like Margaret Darcher.
It makes you feel like a kid again to run through the sprinklers. It's super fun.
The temperatures are shooting up fast, and if you live in or around downtown Seattle and don't have air conditioning,
that's bearable, but definitely hot. So we're keeping the doors open, letting the breeze come in.
Hot weather did not stop foodies from flocking to Seattle's Chinatown International District for the Dragon Walk Food Festival.
We had shumai and pork dumplings. That was delicious.
I got a onigiri at Gopoke with salmon and rice.
It's too hot, so tried to come here a little early.
In Seattle's Central District, Rich McJimson has the hot grill going for a special family get-together at Powell Barnett Park.
We got some tasty chicken. It's coming off the grill.
A few feet away, a little oasis for the little ones to enjoy.
I used to wade my feet in this pool when I was a kid here.
It's hot now, and it's going to get even hotter in the Seattle region.
I looked at the phone and saw 109 on the prediction.
For those working outside, they tell me they're, of course, drinking a lot of liquids and taking frequent breaks. Meanwhile, many weekend warriors are taking it easy this Saturday and Sunday on Lake Washington.
I'm just glad we have the boat. We're going to have to find some way to chill off, and I think the water's the perfect thing for that.
Right. Michelle, around the clock, and a few people that I spoke with tonight describe this as a lifesaver. These modular trailers, they were set up at the beginning of the pandemic last year to isolate and quarantine COVID-19 patients, but it never came to that. So now they're being used to escape the heat, offering up places for people to stay. So where exactly is this? This is located at Southwest 112th Avenue near 1st Avenue South, again in White Center. And the county says nearly everyone coming by simply cannot keep their place cool. And some don't even have a home. With 24 units offered up for overnight stays, there are also 8 units where people can drop in for a few hours if they'd like to rest and recover. Inside, the air conditioners are running, beds are made and ready to go. There's even a refrigerator, TV, and internet. We've learned that 18 people will be staying here tonight. And Michelle, as you mentioned, it is one of the only spots in the county offering up some of these amenities.
We are able to really cater to the needs of all individuals. That includes families, that includes multi-generational households. So we're really able to offer a special and unique service during such an unprecedented time.
It's really valuable. I don't have an air conditioner at home. Frankly, I can't really afford one, and I know they're all sold out right now. I just want to say thank you to the King County for putting this together to help save lives, really. I hope more people come.
And pets, they are welcome too. Already we are told that some people plan on staying another night. There are still some vacancies if you are still looking for somewhere to go. Now, given how hot it's expected to be, this forecast isn't going anywhere. We're learning of more cooling centers coming online. Many of those are at Seattle Public Library branches. Tomorrow, they're going to be open from noon to 6, and then again on Monday from 10 to 6. We have a complete list of all of those cooling centers over on our website at KOMOnews.com.
Yeah, since 6:30 yesterday afternoon, Michelle, and talk about a worst case scenario. Most of the houses here have central air, but they haven't been able to use it because their power's been out since Saturday afternoon. And many people are still trying to do whatever they can to try to salvage the food that's in their fridge or try to stay cool, like this family over here who has been trying to beat the heat the entire day.
This Newcastle neighborhood is normally quiet, but since 6:22 Saturday night, it's been a quiet neighborhood without power. The only noise coming from at least one of the homes is this.
It has been pretty rough.
Chris Pudlicki has lived on 121st Avenue Southeast for years and has only had to deal with major power outages during the winter. This is different.
House is starting to heat up and makes it pretty brutal to hang around without having the power to run the AC anymore.
He was in his home when the power shut off yesterday and has been waiting for it to come back on ever since to try and salvage his food and stay cool as temperatures reach triple digits.
For this to be the weekend you lose power and can't run air conditioning. Not used to that out here. We don't get that kind of temperatures.
Many of his neighbors have pulled out their generators to at least keep their fridges working so their food doesn't spoil from the heat. But many folks who've been without power for some time in our region don't have generators. As of 11:45 this morning, there were over 6,000 Puget Sound Energy customers without power, including the 12 houses on Pudlicki Street. Those numbers don't even include the nearly 700 customers without power through Seattle City Light as of 1 this afternoon. We reached out to both agencies for an interview. Neither were available. But for Pudlicki, he just hopes to get power back before things heat up even more.
Hopefully we can get it back soon, other than ride it out or end up hoping that the food in the refrigerators can hold out.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Johnson from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and all of Western Washington. And don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.